we're really trying to go for, though, is a $900,000 investment from the town and complete a full $7 million project, which would be about 15% funded by the town. A lot of these improvements are going to have to be made anyway by the town at some point in the future, and we might as well try to minimize the cost to the taxpayer and maximize the outside funds that we can get.
We have 3/4 of our sewer system all coming down through and passing through a section of some of the oldest sewer in town. Needless to say, if we had a failure, it would be it'd be a mess. It'd be terrible. So we need to address this situation, and we need to take care of this and bring this up to speed.
At some point, it's old. It's from the 30s. It's going to fail. So let's be in favor of this. Let's avoid a massive repair and an expensive repair. Let's get ahead of the curve and be proactive on this. The storm drains are ineffective that are down there. Most of them are on the high side of the street. Most of the water washes down from Main Street, washes across the road, and washes onto the properties. It's a mess. The road it's deplorable. The road is broken up, like I just said. It's tipping in the wrong directions. The sidewalks are uneven. They're a hazard to walk on. This area is no different than the areas you're going to see later on in some warrant articles, such as School Street, Hill Street, and some of the other streets in town you'll see come up in the next couple of years. But what's nice about this is these guys have put their heads together. They've put a lot of time and a lot of work into finding these grants. What's different about this is you're not going to pay 100% of the cost. We're going to pay a portion, and the federal grants are going to pick up the rest of it, and that's going to help us as taxpayers.
And the sewer system backed up and actually bubbled out the top of that manhole. So we had to, in an emergency situation, hire private contractors 2 different times. And the taxpayers and the users of the sewer are into this little area right here for about $50,000. And the reason I want to point this out is that's what it costs without planning ahead, without going out and securing grant money. And it's a tough pill to swallow. It devastates your yearly budgets in those departments, and it's just poor planning. This little spot was a hard one. Can we only imagine as you get further down, as more lines tie in as tributaries into the main line, it would be devastating if we didn't plan ahead and be responsible and take the course of action that hopefully we're headed for.
It's going to make more of an emphasis on the river. It's going to give an opportunity for some more investment for businesses down on the river. You give somebody a choice whether they want to be on a road or on the waterfront. Generally they're going to take the waterfront. So, I think that's just a good move all around, extending a focal point for our town. As far as the sidewalks, investment in infrastructure always is important. Making the town more walkable is very important.
For example, the Cottage Street and Pleasant Street sidewalks alone will cost over $678,000. That's $360,000 for the Cottage Street sidewalk rehab and $318,000 for the Pleasant Street sidewalk. Both of these sidewalks are in need of repair today, and certainly in the next 5-year window, both of these will have to be taken care of. We think it behooves us to get this work done with federal and state assistance as opposed to having to do it with our own money.
A little bit unsettling with a couple of intersections, the one that comes down over there a little further on the other side of the parking lot, and the one right here in front of us. No sidewalks, parking lots mixed in with roads. But what I want to point out, the new plan is just a nice straight shot right down through off Porter Street onto Ammonoosuc and right down through to Saranac. How thriving of an area this was 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. And now we don't really have too many businesses down through here that are employing too many people, that are providing, let's say, a heavily, a taxable type of property. And I think what the River District Committee and people are trying to do is they're trying to restore this area back to a thriving area that brings people in, that provides jobs, and creates a nice tax revenue for the town.
We have a lot of organizations that have partnered together to make this project successful and get it to the point where it is today to be successful. And a lot of these organizations have done successful projects in Littleton as well as other communities in the state. So we've got a comprehensive plan. We've worked with engineers and planners to put it together. But now we're ready to move forward, we're ready to get the funding, and we'd like to move forward to construction. We've got momentum. We feel that major funders on the federal level will take us seriously now, but the bond needs to pass. We've got clear feedback that until the town makes its investment, these larger programs really won't take us seriously. So it's our time to put our investment in.
We think it behooves us to get this work done with federal and state assistance as opposed to having to do it with our own money. We believe this is a great opportunity for the town of Littleton, and we hope that you will support it.
You know, John is talking about leverage at least 2 to 1, but maybe as good as 6 or 7 to 1. You know, we got to have a little faith in our leadership and a little faith in our citizenry that this is a good project and it's going to benefit us all long term. We have a history of this success, and the select board sitting there tonight it certainly is very representative of the community. They're very, very good people. The people on John's committee are people who've been very well involved in the town of Littleton, and they shall, you know, they certainly deserve our consideration and support. I think it's a well thought out project, and it certainly positions Littleton for growth in our next, 10 to 15 year period.
What has been presented by John, his team, Andrew, and the selectmen is, in my opinion, just one, the most fiscally responsible, comprehensive, phased, created leverage project that the town has ever done. We can support them and encourage them because the proposal before you is the best one we've ever done.